Hey guys, it's Eric with Scott Lowy Marketing, and in today's tip video, I want to cover how to add your NRDS ID number to the back of your Docusign account so that the forms provided to you by the state will be available within your account to use within transactions. So let's go ahead and dive in. So of course, I'm logged in to Docusign at realestate.docusign.com, and that's where we're going to go ahead and enter in our ID number. So when you add your ID number, what's going to happen is under your My Documents tab, those forms are going to be available for you, as well as in your individual rooms when you're working on transactions. And keep in mind that rooms are the equivalent to what loops were. Okay, so under the My Documents tab, you're going to have the personal section. This is going to be a section where you can add folders, you can organize it in any way you'd like, because this is your section to add listing packets, contract packets, what have you, and pre-fill out forms for them to be available to use in future transactions. So that's your section to do what you like with. And then if you click under forms, you're going to see that these are the forms that are not only provided to you by the state, but they're also provided to you from your office, from your individual market center. So this section is going to look different for every user. And in that section, you're going to see that you're going to have possibly templates that are provided to you through your office. So you may have some listing packets in there, as well as some contract packets or some random miscellaneous contract paperwork from your office. And then you're also going to have the paperwork that is provided to you through your individual associations. Before we even go into this section and talk about it, what I want you guys to understand of this section is that this is still something that's completely evolving. So what I mean with that is that some of the associations are still working with Docusign to get the paperwork available. So if you go in here and you enter in your information and you don't see the documents, don't freak out. Just go ahead and follow up with someone at your office, like a staff member, and say, and they'll guide you on what the process may or may not be for your specific office, because again, that may vary from state to state. Okay, so here's the example account that I'm using. So I have two market centers that my account is attached to, and I have some folders in here that are added to this section from the market centers or offices. And what I'm looking for is my association folder, and it's not there because my account isn't attached to my NRDS ID number. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go on Docusign. I'm going to click either on your photo or your initials. It depends on how your account is set up. You're going to go down to Preferences. Once you click on Preferences, you're going to see that your account settings are going to load. We're looking for integrations. So under Integrations, we're going to go here, and our section that we want to focus on is right here, right? We're going to go ahead and enter in our number. Real quick, if you have a ZipForm account and you wanted to connect that for your documents, you're more than welcome to do that here. All you need is your username and password and connect it, and then those forms will also be available to you to use for documents and for transactions through rooms. Now, going back here, if you do not know your NRDS ID number, you can click on here and you can search for what would be your NRDS ID number. So let's go ahead and do that just to show you guys. I recommend doing the last name and email address that you gave the association or your state when you signed up. So let's go ahead and do mine. So Gonzalez, and then I'm going to type in my email address hopefully here, and we're going to try to see if this will spit out what will be my ID number. So, okay. Go ahead, and there's my number. So again, keeping in mind whatever email address you gave the association or you signed up with, typically MLS, and your last name, and this number should pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this number, and I'm going to go back to Integrations. So under Integrations again in Docusign, and the way we got here was click on your photo or your ID, click on Preferences, and then we clicked on Integrations. I'm going to go down, I'm going to enter in that, I'm going to just paste my ID number, and I'm going to search for my association. This is what we were talking about before we even got to this section. These are the lists of associations that are currently available, keeping in mind that there should be a ton more. So that's something that's constantly updating. So if you don't see your association here, don't freak out. Just reach out to your market center and see if they can guide you in what the current practice is for that specific section or location that you're located in. But I am in Florida, so I'm going to look for Florida Association of Realtors, and I see it right here. So I'm going to click on Florida Association of Realtors, and I'm going to go ahead and click Save. So once you click Save, that will go ahead and save your information here, and you'll get a little green bar at the top. Now I'm going to go back up to Documents, or My Documents, sorry. And I'm going to go back to the Form section. Again, this is your personal section. We're going to click on Forms. And this may take a second to load. It's been a little slow this morning, so bear with me. But once that loads, hopefully we'll see that I now have a Florida Association of Realtor folder, which will be all the documents that the state is giving me as a realtor to go ahead and complete transactions in real estate. So once that loads, we'll see how many forms are in there, and we'll go from there. The other thing I'll mention while we're waiting for this to load is if you happen to be licensed in 2 states, you're going to have to choose whichever state has more forms or is more convenient for you. So if you happen to be licensed in 2 states, some states you may share the NRDS ID number. It depends. I'm not sure on that. However, if you happen to have 2 ID numbers, just make sure that you choose the one that has the most forms available, and or reach out to your market center for some direction on that. However, I have heard that most of the states do share this number, so hopefully that won't be an issue for you guys. But again, here we are with our section, the forms under My Documents tab, and I'm looking for the Florida Association of Realtors, and here it is. Here's the folder. It's been added to my section, along with all these other folders that are coming into my account from my local office. If I click here, you'll see that I have 161 documents available for me to use within my transactions. And these are all the forms that I can then go ahead and add to my individual rooms accounts so I can go ahead and finish my transactions. Let me cover one more thing. I'm going to click on rooms. That's going to load. So what I mean with that is if I go here and I go to this, fake street here, and I want to add a document, let's say a contract or what have you to this, I'm going to go into the Documents tab, and then I'm going to click Add Document. And that's where now, Docusign Forms is available, which it wasn't before. And I can click here and I can go ahead and search and add and do all of that other good stuff. But that is today's tip. Hope you guys found it useful. Have a great day. Bye.